You're watching CW Montana. This is the MTN 9 o'clock news.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Andrea Lutz. Ahead tonight, arsenic levels more than 6 times the federal limit discovered in Three Forks. We'll tell you why who discovered it makes this an unbelievable story. Plus, leaders in Helena trying to address a water break issue at Helena High School. This after cold weather caused that break. But first, what does the future hold for a child care facility at the University of Montana as the center is being forced to move due to asbestos exposure? Leaders at the University of Montana are still grappling with a solution for where to put kids recently displaced when asbestos was discovered in the building. Now UM is considering moving kids into the Missoula College Library and moving the library elsewhere. MTN's Connor McCauley has more on the idea.
The need for a new child care facility on UM's campus was created when the university learned of elevated asbestos levels in the old child care center in McGill Hall. Now the U is looking at moving child care into the Missoula College Library, but first they are hearing feedback from students and staff. Tuesday night, ASUM hosted a public forum, and Wednesday afternoon, ASUM President Alex Butler was on hand at Missoula College's campus to field questions.
I thought it was very productive. We had a really good blend of Missoula College students and also parents within the ASUM child care, but then there were also some faculty and staff there, so I thought it was really productive. We got a lot of good feedback from people.
Despite the 2 feedback sessions' productiveness, Butler says going forward it might be beneficial to hear the groups out separately.
Though I thought last night was good, maybe trying to have sessions for those different constituencies that are affected to allow them to have a platform for them during that time. And so I'm actually think that if I were to move forward with more of this, that I'd want to have sessions for Missoula College students, for parents, and faculty and staff, and try at least within my area, at least students and so forth.
There's reason for and against moving the library, but one common theme amongst all people is they feel like the process is being rushed.
I think some general themes are this process seems like it's being rushed, so why is this being rushed, and what are the parameters for that? There's confusion as to why we have to, why childcare has to lead the College of Education. So really understanding that's going to be important. But then also another comment is that this is going to cause disruption to students. I mean, even if the process were to be mitigated as much as possible, it's still going to cause enough of a disruption that we need to pay attention to it.
In Missoula, Connor McCauley, MTN News.
A Great Falls man is now facing tampering with evidence charges in a complicated case that involves a kidnapping and a stabbing. Prosecutors say Delano Thomas Kipp deleted text and Facebook messages with a man named Guadalupe Galicia. Back in December, police said Galicia stabbed a man and kidnapped Brooklyn Aerotopnot. Police say the pair then showed up at Kipp's house and gave him a ride after the alleged stabbing. Galicia is listed as a co-defendant in Kipp's case. Arsenic is confirmed in the water wells of Three Forks, but the discovery came from an unexpected member of the community. MTN's Cody Boyer tells us how the discovery was made.
Andrea, the samples taken from one of 4 wells tested in Three Forks indicated levels to be roughly 6 times higher than the maximum contaminant levels set by the EPA. The other 3 wells were well below that MCL. Now, this all started in a middle school classroom and with the idea of a 7th grade girl.
Kind of a coincidence. I really didn't think it'd go this far.
It all began with Three Forks Middle School student Erica Johnson's ambitious science fair project.
It was kind of a last-minute decision to do water quality. We were looking on the computers and I just saw a water project and I said, well, I could do water quality because my aunt's a chemist.
With her aunt's help, Erica says they tested the water at her house and her school.
We read off the data and it said that arsenic was 70 micrograms per liter and the high is only supposed to be 10.
The Montana Department of Environmental Quality has said is that there's no need to seek an alternative source of water supply at this point in time.
Environmental Health Director Lori Christensen says the city moved quickly to shut down the well, finding levels to be at 67 parts per billion, over 6 times higher than where they should be.
The city of Three Forks took immediate steps to keep that well isolated and allow only the wells that were in the city of Three Forks on a different aquifer.
The health department says they test and check that water frequently to make sure that these levels stay on the up and up, as is water is important to us. But if you have a private well, there is another way that you can check to make sure that your water is safe.
You should be testing your water minimally every 5 years.
A problem found by a young mind, not unnoticed by science teachers and the city mayor.
This is a great example of the quality of the work that our students do.
I learned that there is a lot of tests for water, even more than we tested for.
Again, the health department says there is no need for bottled water and there are no signs of immediate risk to the public. If you are concerned at all, you should talk to your health care provider. As for Erica, she plans on being a veterinarian or an architect after school, not a chemist. In Three Forks, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
A smart discovery. Thanks, Cody. The Helena School District says that school is back in session tomorrow at Helena High School after a broken water line doused the school. School was closed for a couple of days because of that broken line, but then they found another leak under the surface of Montana Avenue. Luckily, there was no major damage to the building.
This is the infrastructure of the school. This is obviously aging infrastructure, not something we planned for. We certainly really wanted to have our students and staff back in school today, but we're not in control of those breaks.
School officials are still tabulating how much that broken line is going to end up costing them. Public polling is now open to choose the new name of Bozeman's second high school. The school district is revisiting its choice of West Slope High School and now asking the community for feedback using an online poll. So participants can choose from the original 3 names. They were West Slope, Storm Castle, and Spanish Peaks, along with now 2 additional names, Gallatin High School and West High School. Polling closes at 5 o'clock on March 20th. Glacier National Park is addressing crowding and congestion concerns along the Going to the Sun Road. Glacier has seen a drastic increase in visitation with over 3.3 million people visiting just in 2017. So a plan is going to be unveiled, and it includes timed parking spots at Logan Pass, more protection for frequented trails, and expanding their shuttle system. This spring, the public will be asked to make a comment on the plan. A new public hot springs is popping up just 10 minutes from Yellowstone National Park, and the property is home to a pretty storied past. You might remember this, those with the Yellowstone hot springs. Well, they said that they were going to open a new one. They gave us a first look at the facility. The water comes at 70 gallons an hour, and the management team says opening is a dream come true with support from the Gardner community. The hot springs sits at the Royal Teton Ranch, home to Church Universal and Triumphant. Well, back in the 1980s, the church's leader urged followers to prepare for the end of the world by building underground bunkers. When their leader died in 2009, church membership fell. The grand opening of this hot springs is going to be on Friday. As thousands of Montanans receive nursing home care, Senator Steve Daines is discussing challenges within the industry. A new report suggests a high rate of nursing home closures in rural America, and Montana's senior population is growing despite a decline in nursing homes. Well, the committee today discussed telemedicine access to rural communities and more transparency in care. Daines highlighted a case in Lewistown where a nursing home failed to protect patients from abuse.
According to reports, on 13 occasions, officials were not notified of incidents that included abuse in the facility's wing, which houses dementia patients. As part of the investigation, one staff member said they had not been trained on how to help manage resident behaviors. These kind of reports are saddening, they're concerning, particularly as these patients are some of the most vulnerable Montanans who are receiving mental health and long-term care services.
The Lewistown facility was forced to pay over $250,000 in fines after that abuse surfaced. Still to come on tonight's MTN 9 o'clock news, a Kalispell man falls victim to a scam that promised a solid job working from home. Just ahead, hacks to avoid falling victim to a similar crime. And after the break, Bob McGuire delivers your statewide weather forecast, so don't go anywhere. The MTN 9 o'clock news continues right after the break.